Hi, I'm Justine Colyer. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of RISE. We used to be called Hills Community Support Group and rebranded as RISE about 4 years ago. Been going for over 30 years now, started in the Hills, but we are right through from Northam up to Joondalup, through to Warwick, Coburn, Kwinana now, and hoping to move into the southeast in the future. So we provide a wide range of services because people don't come in boxes, so we want to provide wraparound services, but they are mainly disability, aged care, mental health, youth, housing and support for young women with domestic violence problems. We've got about 2,000 people a year we support. We've just tipped over 500 staff and volunteers. We're just really excited to be doing what we're doing. We think there's heaps of opportunities for people out there. With schemes like the National Disability Insurance Scheme, there are now major opportunities for people to take control of their life, their funding, and make their life a good one. And we're hopefully here to help. So the most recent merger was with Cater, which is a HACC-funded organisation doing creative and art therapy activities, which is great because it's not something we do, so it's really bringing two organisations together, and that's been almost a 2-year process to do, so very lengthy, lots of time and work and effort involved. And it really is a project in itself. Just doing it bit by bit is not okay. You really, before you start doing anything, you really want to sit down and have a really good project plan, because you can spend a lot of time and effort going through it, and you need to know at any stage what would cause either of you to pull out. Once you spend 18 months on a process and it's starting to not look great for either party, you can get a bit emotionally invested and go, we'll just try a bit more, we'll just try a bit more. So up front, you need to set your parameters about what will and won't work and be ready to pull out, which is quite hard. Major benefit of going through the process is the learnings. You get to learn a lot about yourself, about what your process is. You get to learn what you do well and where your gaps are, which is really good. For us, there were a couple of things. It was in Warwick, which we're not based currently, so it enabled us to move to another geographic area, which is quite hard if you do it one person at a time. But if you can move en masse somewhere, it makes it a lot easier. Also, they do the creative and art therapy activities. They have like a men's shed, an art studio, pottery kiln, just fabulous stuff that we can not only do there, but can offer to everyone else we support. Just a different way of thinking, a different way of doing things. And I think from their point of view, we brought some governance and processes, which is quite hard to keep on top of when you're a smaller organisation. So I think we should be greater than the sum of our parts by the time we merge, and then can just be stronger together, easier to grow, better support for our clients. One of the staff who came with that organisation, we went round to the house to see how she was going, probably about 3 or 4 months after we merged, and she said she didn't recognise her own residents. These are people she'd been working with for years and years and years, and so much had changed since the merge. She said, I just look at this guy, I said, I can't even recognise he's the same person. Everything, how we run the service has changed so much, he'd just become a whole different individual. Full of hope, wanting to move into his own home. I'm getting goosebumps now. You just got, I mean, that's the difference it makes, because she was happier, she was really great, I'm doing a good job, I'm contributing. This chap was happier, he was, yeah. So benefits and partnerships generally, I mean, you've got a whole fresh pair of eyes, so someone coming in and looking at what you're doing and going, oh, why'd you do that? And why'd you do that? And why'd you do that? And you can't, when you've been here for a while, you can't, it becomes normal, you can't see it afresh. That's really useful. They bring everything from different ways of working, different ways to seeing things. They'll bring things you'd never even thought of. So you should just be greater than the sum of your parts. You're tipping the best bits of what you've got into everything and hopefully coming up with something that's even better. You're just more sustainable. The sad fact is it's actually hard for smaller organisations to survive now, because the impost on them in terms of governance, reporting, HR, IR, finances is exactly the same as it is for a larger organisation. So that's very out of whack for them, and it's difficult to keep on top of all of that, as well as run a great service. And that's where in the smaller organisations, lots of focus on the clients and the staff, and sometimes it can be hard to keep up on the other things, and that's what a bigger organisation can bring.